So now, are you impressed by what you saw? I guess you're one of the few reporters who said throughout the show.
Well, yes, I was there throughout. Frankly, as a reporter, it's really not for me to judge whether this was impressive, but I can say that this was definitely very different from most of the other regular press conferences that we attend, most of which can be very boring. I have to say that there was a lot of action here because we were watching a 2.5-hour documentary on an issue which is not just 22 years old, but which is one of the biggest political issues that we've had in this country for more than 2 decades, one that seems to often surface on the eve of an election. So it is still in many ways very alive. It is an explosive issue. It is something that generates a debate in no time. And then you saw in that press conference soon after the screening of the documentary that there was a heated session where there were a lot of questions being asked of the editor of Cobra Post. So I would say all in all it was a very interesting session, a very interesting press conference compared to most others. Yes.
There's one more thing, as NDTV as opposed to a lot of other TV channels, has been very conservative about using Sting as a form. So do you think Sting can be used or should be used in ethical form of journalism, or because it's essentially at some level quoting an off-record source? So do you think it's ethical?
That is such a complex debate that it would be practically impossible for me to answer that with a yes or a no. Yes, I think we have had reservations about using sting operations as a means of, getting to the bottom of an issue or a story. I'm not saying that in every case it is necessarily unethical, but then it does give rise to a lot of questions, and at the end of the day I think it really depends on what you're setting out to do and what editorially your organization, whether a news channel or a magazine, really believes in and stands for. So I think it is very subjective in that sense, and you're right, some of us have been more conservative than the others.